It's the NFL on EA Sports. And this defense features Micah Parsons. He's a nightmare to deal with in the front seven. It's the Cowboys and the Eagles, and it's coming up next.
Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Heward. Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And we're underway from Philadelphia. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him, and he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
Throw left side, complete. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
They go to Barkley again. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Hurts looking to throw. Has a man. It's Brown. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Option play. They give it to Barkley. And he's going to take this only to about the 31. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. From the pistol, Hurts. Complete out to the right. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. On 4th down, Hurts. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Brought in right side. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
7-yard line.
Trying an option play, headed left. He breaks it, and he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Eagles finish up an excellent opening series. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. Well, we all knew somebody was running with it there, and when the defender started flowing towards the back, he made the right call that he would be the one to run it in.
Yeah, he sure did. I think if he hands that off, this play does not end in a touchdown, but in a collision for his running back.
Yeah.
So not only is that running back thanking his quarterback, the rest of the guys are celebrating for that decision.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Carter on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So now the Cowboys getting an opportunity to send their offense out for the first time. And we'll take a glance at their 7th-year QB.
Simply put, there's not a throw on the field he's not capable of making. His arm can reach every blade of grass, which as a defender is an absolute pain to have to worry about down in and down out. And as an offense, it energizes you for the possibility of a big play at any time.
And he's brought down after a short game. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. To the air, Lance. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And then pushes them back, 3rd down coming up. Back to throw, it's Lance. They're on him again, and he goes down again. On his Matariza to send this one away. Kick is away, and this one might bring rain. Wow, what a kick. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The Eagles and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And you can see with the stats there, such a weapon for this offense to utilize week in and week out. First down throwing for Hurts. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Oh, a little movement along the line there. That's going to cost the defense 5 yards.
Which was an infraction defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Gets him on the quick hitter. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Well, it looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there.
Which was an infraction defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 1st down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. Slot man in motion right. Hurts now from the gun. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And we're going to get a timeout from the defense here. Running back sent in motion. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Putting the tight end in motion. Barkley gets it on 3rd down. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Option headed to the left on first down. That play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with first and goal.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
Hurts. Flush down out to his left. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Second and goal, backed all the way up to the 14 here. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. Only a couple of yards on the run, and that brings... Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They need the right call here. It'll be third and goal. Hurts now on third and goal. He's got Smith. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take a 13-0 lead. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles double their lead to 14. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right? When you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath, and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. First and 10 from the 41. Here's Lance now. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Devin White hauls him down. Go play action here. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Now it's Lance. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And this one doesn't go far. 3 yards on that pickup, but still a mile to go on third down. Lance. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up fourth down.
I mean, you could see it right there. The trajectory of the ball changed as it was in flight. You know, on shorter throws, receivers, they can focus, they can adjust quickly. But on a long-distance throw like that, a tip, well, it really alters the course of the ball and makes it so tough to make an adjustment in time.
The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, well, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand.
2nd and 8. Completed over the middle. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at them. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
The ball is out, but it bounces out of bounds, so they'll retain possession. On first down, Hurts. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 2nd and 3 now. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Here's Hurts. This one finds Goddard. And they bring him down around the 34.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. Throwing here, Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Here's Barkley. And he's able to push forward to the 25. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the pistol, Hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. This, 42 yards from the right hash. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. It sails right through. A beautifully placed football.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. And things starting to get a little out of hand for him, Brock. That last score made it 17-zip. Able to get it to Franklin. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Throwing is Lance. Got Lamb, and it's complete. A solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Now we're on the counter. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Here's Lance. Short pass brought in. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. To the air, Lance. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now the run here from the gun. And he gets it down to the 13-yard line. Looks like a gain of around 7. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The Cowboys are on the move here. Shotgun now on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Back to him on 2nd and goal. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Third time's the charm. He gets it again. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Cowboys chop some of the lead off before the half. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Cowboys cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. He fields it from the 8. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The home teams and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And it looks likely they'll carry a 2-score advantage into that locker room. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
2nd and 4. Stay. And down he goes. The Cowboy defense gets it done. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. All right, Cowboys showing nickel set, 3rd down. Hurts now from the gun. Rolling left, buying some time. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they can't jump to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. That's halftime here in this Halloween contest. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin just outside Washington at Commanders Field in Landover. And that one getting close to halftime with the Falcons out in front. The Falcons locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we head up to MetLife Stadium to check on the Jets. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. Breece Hall with a touchdown run. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou to check on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. Bucky Irving with a couple of touchdowns there. The Eagles were led in the first half by their dynamic quarterback, Jalen Hurts. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead, and we're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return starts at the 9. He's got a lane up past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Dallas with its offense headed out for our first possession of the half. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life, there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the...
Finds a seam, left side, he's off to the races. There it is, touchdown Dallas. The Cowboys cut into the lead coming out of halftime. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Returnable from the 1. This return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And his touchdown, another one for him this season, as he continues to sit among the NFL's best at punching it in himself this year. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Here's Saquon. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Along the sideline, he brings it in. They say he got the feet down too. Excellent work. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. He's on the move. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. First down throwing for Hurts. It's caught at the 4. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. Barkley has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Out of the gun, a give to Shipley. And he's in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles push their lead further to start the half. It's a Will Shipley touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that. Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm it was indeed a touchdown. Ooh, it doesn't get much closer than this, Brock. Did that ball in any way break the plane of the end zone?
You know how I like to look at this, Kate? Imagine a plane of glass going from the front end of that end zone straight in the air. And any part of the ball, any part of it just touches the plane of that glass, and this is a touchdown.
The touchdown disappears. He was not able to reach the end zone after all. Hurts now on 3rd and goal. Bails. And he scores! It's a Philadelphia touchdown! The Eagles push their lead further to start the half. He's throwing for it! Jalen Hurts with a touchdown! And he's got it, so they get the conversion, and that's going to extend their lead. Evans now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. It's taken in by Lamb. And he reaches the 35 before going out. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll get them enough for a first down. You set it down, score him at the 38. Here's Lance now. Galloping inside the 40. Oh, stiff arm. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys shrinking the lead some in the third. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Cowboys 21.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. His return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. They've certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the 29. He'll get this one to Brown. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Play stopped by Damone Clark. Gotta figure out this third down here. Hurts to throw. Into traffic, complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. On first down, Hurts. Doesn't make the connection. Defender smart there to get a hand on that one. And now they face second down. Hurts throwing again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. Hurts setting up to throw. This one finds Goddard. So as they face fourth down, on comes Corey Bajorquez to kick. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Cowboys and Trey Lance headed back out on offense. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Lance. Ferguson's got it, complete. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. And they've got themselves another first and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Finds his fullback. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. Second and 3 now. From the 39. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks. They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. Another carry for him. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And he'll be brought down after a short carry that crosses the 45. Second down now, 7 to go. They give it to him again. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Brought down by Jalen Carter. Looks like no gain on second down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6. Now it's Lance. Here's him holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
On now comes their punter. Matt Ariza, the one to send it away. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Looking slant route, complete. And he'll get it up to the 27. A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. 2nd and 3 now. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Throwing here, Hurts. Goddard makes the catch.
And the defense was all over that throw. Able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
On second down, here's Barkley. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. From the pistol, Hurts. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's got Smith. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Barkley trying this up the gut. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Hurts now from the gun. Makes the grab in bounds left side. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And they corral him after a minimal gain to the 21. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the 21. Flushed out of the pocket. He keeps it and takes off. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
That's caught for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Early movement along the right side. The flag comes out. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Throwing from the gun here. The throw is caught. And this is down all the way to the 3. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Throwing now from the gun. Looking touchdown, but can't connect.
I just hate that. I just hate to see that. Everything on the play was done so well. Everybody did their job. But you got to finish. You don't get many chances to make that type of play for your team. Got to.
He's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles double their lead to 14. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Carter on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Cowboys ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. To the air, Lance. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. Throwing is Lance. Getting out. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there's none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again, following the set. That's into the hands of Franklin. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Here's Lance now. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a fourth down.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
And they won't do it. So that fall's incomplete on fourth down.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, a run with Barkley. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Option play. They give it to Barkley. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles approaching win number 7 on the year. First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Barkley runs it in for the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles make it a 3-score game in the fourth. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles stretch their... Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Evans now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And this defense, boy, just beyond frustrated this late in the game. How's a group supposed to deal with him as a passer, Brock, and dedicate the resources needed to slow down this type of day on the ground, too? It's caught, Ferguson. And he's tackled for a short gain. Here's 2nd and 7. By his back. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. Back to throw, it's Lance. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. He can't hang on to the pass. So it's 2nd down coming up. Still sticking with the passing game. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down.
No matter what other stats you want to look at in this ball game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing, and that is 6 quarterback sacks on the afternoon. 6 sacks? Well, that's an expectation rarely achieved. And a sign? Well, this group did their homework, and they're making it pay on the field.
Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Throwing from the gun. He finds it beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Complete out to the right. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. One final shot here. Completed over the middle. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. So it's an Eagles win here in this one. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.